Your date of birth holds all the secrets to your soul. You give us your date of birth, we'll tell you the secrets to love, the secrets to lust, and who the best person for you just might be.
I have the answers.
Check out Secrets of Birthdays at secretsofbirthdays.com.
Soul Garden.
Namaste, and welcome to Soul Horoscopes Orbits Edition. From my webcam to yours, I'm Christopher Witecki, your soul biographer, here to take the planets above and put them together into the story of you down here on Earth below. And boy, things have been crazy indeed. Incidentally, if you're trying to jumpstart your heart and have some passion in your life, and I know Scorpios are, and I know Sagittarius are, and I know Cancers are, I know a lot of people are. In 90 minutes, I'm going to give you some tools where you can step back into your heart. This is a day-by-day thing. These are on Saturdays, by the way, and just $33. So it's me working with you on webcam. It's really good. If you want more intense one-on-one work, well then buy a reading right now. If you buy a 1-hour reading with me, you will get a free Secrets of Birthday video emailed to you before the reading. And I have lots of slots open in April, so come on down. I book almost within 24 hours at soulmart.me. Well, we have a lot of changes going on, folks. I mean, it has been a bumpy ride. The universe has introduced a lot of Neptune, self-mercy, compassionate, kind of Christian energy. Very Easter Pisces, right? We have a pope change. We found the God particle in physics. The universe is not messing around. So this is a time of moving forward. Mercury is finally direct. We're going to wrap up the sun in Pisces, and then we're going to hop into Aries pretty aggressively because the sun is going to jump over Uranus. So without further ado, let's take the ascension elevator and take a bird's eye view of you.
This is your captain speaking. Please be advised that small knives are not allowed on the ascension elevator, as your intellect is sharp enough. Your ascension today has been powered by the God particle. And some negative news, we lost your luggage.
And here we are up at 33,000 feet, and this is for the Scorpios, the Scorpio risings. And if you bought a Lightcast report card, you are a soul guardian. And that's what Scorpios do. They guard everything, the boundaries, the borders. They can't help but see past the cracks, and through the shadows, they see what other people don't see. And now Saturn has come into your sign, and it's time for the Scorpios to stand up and draw some lines, unfortunately. That's what we call you, the officers of the zodiac, the ones that control. Now we're going to go through two different parts of our soul this week. We start off ending the sun in Pisces. You spent nearly a month now reconnecting to your heart chakra. That means clearing inner child issues, connecting to creativity, connecting to joy, remembering what brings you joy in life, and trying to set a path to joy. Then we move to the sun in Aries on Wednesday, and this shifts to the IB state of awareness. Now the IB state of awareness is basically what everyone else calls as reality. The six senses, your health, what stimulates, what stimulizes you, what doesn't, your overall awareness of life. So if you have health issues, this is health issues, this is performance, this is body. Be careful of injury. When people avoid this stuff, they're going to move into performance, and at the highest peak of this is you changing your lifestyle. In a nutshell, you just spent a month digging into your inner child. Now it's time to change your life so that your inner child can have what he or she wants. Now, there are a lot of planets here to support this effort. Venus comes in here, the sun, Uranus has been blazing and trailblazing a new lifestyle for Scorpios for about a year and a half now. And Mars is the part that makes you accident prone and or pissy in the moment, especially in your day-to-day life and work style. So the sun will go from step 0 on Wednesday to step 4 on Sunday, which means somewhere in your lifestyle there will be a breakdown Saturday, Sunday. So be careful. Cars, hot water heaters, ankles, okay? Be careful. Now, Saturn is retrograde in Scorpio, so there are no new ego issues for you to have had, but you must stand up and fight for the old ego issues. With Saturn retrograde, it now moves to step 10 this week, which means love and trust that everything will be okay, and just hold that yoga pose until further notice. And then finally, Mercury, thank goddess, goes direct, but it's retrograded all the way back to the very deep part of the inner child there, and it's step 7. So as we start this week, your mind is on your heart, which it should be, and your mind will be on your heart for another week and a half at least. In fact, you won't be thinking like you feel good until Mercury hits step 10. Then I think your mind will be kind of playful and more fun. So give yourself a break and a little time to work through this. All right, that's the bird's eye view. Now let's get the galactic view of you, because what is above is below according to the universe. And of course, as always, we like to start on Sunday. Sunny, with a chance of grande on Sunday, the moon moves into Gemini, igniting the light in your heart and to connect. And Jupiter, as we're going to talk about here, is expanding Scorpio's willingness to try new things. The moon's going to cross over that willingness to try new things. And considering Mars, flashing red here in front of us, is ruling the day, you might be a little rende. Now, Mars is actually helping you to take action on what your inner child wants. So this emotional focus on trust and boundaries could turn into a horrible temper tantrum on Sunday if the inner child doesn't get what the inner child wants. You must take action on Sunday for your inner child. On Monday, it's sunny and private. The moon moves off of Jupiter, but does remain behind closed doors. Earth rules the day, so it's a day of light casting and manifesting reality. You want to feel and decide what your inner child wants. So this is the commitment day, and this is the day of holding space for it to come true. You won't see any movement on Monday of your dreams coming true, but you want to hold space as if it is. At the same time, emotions are a bit reserved. There's also a lot of things going on with planetary aspects. For one, we've got a long-term yod pointing to Jupiter in Gemini, which basically says to Scorpios, hey, Scorpio, okay? Don't worry about your ego, Saturn in Scorpio. Don't worry so much about your mind being negative, Pluto in the third house. Just focus on Jupiter in Gemini, which is pushing forward the boundaries you know you need to have. Don't worry about how, and don't worry about what you're going to say to people. Just push those boundaries forward, says Jupiter. But look, also a Saturn yod, also lasting a good solid week here, pointing back to Saturn, which basically says, hey, when boundary things don't work, Jupiter, then go back to Saturn, which is just hold the yard, hold the line as far as your ego development so far. Don't go backwards. Don't let anyone tread upon the soil you once or the territory you claimed back with boundaries. Just hold and toe your line. And the sun in Aries, which is, stirring whether or not your lifestyle will work out. When you worry about your lifestyle working out, just toe the line you've done so far, okay? And then Jupiter in Gemini, hold the boundaries you need to have. That is basically the secret from the universe. Oops, that's the wrong slide. Here we go. But I do want to show you this. The moon's orbit along the bottom. So the moon begins, triggering your boundaries here with Jupiter at the bottom, and then moves in and through belief structure for 2 days, which makes it cloudy. Then it's all about career and society, and then it's kind of a little bit pissy with people at the end of the week. So that is the emotional shift of the week. All right, let's move on to our next transit. Sorry, learning keys here. Then on Tuesday, cloudy with a chance of pissiness for the Scorpios for many reasons. One, the day starts off with the moon in Gemini, so you're still wanting to be private, not really want to deal with the world. Then the moon moves into Cancer, which lights up our emotional field and makes us emotionally very active. On top of that, the moon technically rules the day because it's a Chiron ruled day, which means it's an emotional, passionate day of healing. So Tuesday is meant to be healing. It's meant to be a test of whether or not your inner child believes he or she will get what she wants. This is about getting your emotions behind your beliefs and not going backwards on your inner child. Just be very clear to your child that he or she will get what she wants. Then on Wednesday, it's partly cloudy and you are learning. The moon now goes well into Cancer. We're going to have a grand trine. I'll talk more about that in a minute. Pluto, your home planet, rules the day. This is the only day of the month that your home planet rules, which is one day of the month. So yes, Scorpio, if you feel picked on, yes, you only get 1 day a month that you rule. Leos only get 2 if you feel too picked on. But either way, it is a death rule day. It is the death between focusing on inner child and the birth of now focusing on you in the moment, you in your life. But again, there's some funky stuff going on with the aspects. For one, there is a grand trine, or a soul pyramid in water, as I like to call, which as we're in the in-between weird land of shifting between Pisces and Aries, emotions are united in the background. The moon in Cancer is really the epicenter of the grand trine, so it's where maybe the learning is, and literally it's focused on life purpose. So you're stirring about life purpose in the background. That trines into the new ego you've been forging and trines over to what your inner child wants. So it's inner child, ego, and then your belief structure? Are your feelings behind it or not? I think there will be an emotional maturing that happens on this day, but there's also fears that we face at the same time. When your emotions are learning, at the same time, they're going to have to fight off your mind, which kind of wants to slip into the old rut. Really, both of these, your learning and your mind, are afraid of, can my life change? The sun. The answer is yes. It's just too early in the transit, impatient Scorpio. So that's the answer you say to yourself, in my opinion. And that is the grand triumph, the magic of the day. Back to you, Bob. All right. Then on Thursday, sunny and exploring. That's what I think. I think you feel pretty good. For one, the sun clicks into 1 degree. So we're out of that weird Pluto zone, we're out of the dark shadows, and you're starting to feel the love, and you're starting to feel whether or not you love or don't love your lifestyle. And that's really the goal of Thursday, just to see if you like it or not. Now, I mean, you might have already known if you did or didn't, but you might have some gray areas where you're like, I'm starting to see if I like this school for my kid, or I'm starting to feel if I like this Starbucks or not. So it's not just the deep things, I don't like my life or not, it's the stupid petty things too. And the moon's in Cancer, so emotionally what you're doing is stirring for life purpose. You're wanting to feel what life purpose is. Then comes Friday, and Friday you are sunny, professional, and I'd say rather career passionate. For one, the moon rules the day, so emotions kind of take over anyways. Yours are focused kind of on career because the moon is in Leo, which puts emotions to future, legacy, and whatnot. And don't forget, the sun in Aries is about lifestyle, which is the work part of the career. So you're probably very emotionally stirred about work on Friday. If it's in a bad way, don't worry. That's the whole point of this transit, is to change it. Then on Saturday, you are sunny and professional. The drama has cooled off and the moon is steady in Leo. So you're going to be able to get your emotions behind either making an important decision or pointing your career in the next direction, for the next 30 days. This is where your heart checks in on your career. Jupiter rules the day, so stay open-minded on Saturday of ways out you never thought of. And that's the magic of the universe, You may think that your life is a dead end, but the universe always has a magical, out-of-nowhere solution. And that's part of, I think, what your inner child needs to believe again. Then on Sunday, it's showers, chance of some friend issues or social issues. Lots going on, really. For one, Uranus rules the day. So this will be the day where suddenly you'll be clear on why your lifestyle sucks, or why your body sucks, or why your health issues suck. And if your health breaks down, it has to do with the way you treat yourself in the moment. So there's breakdown about living in the moment. That's part of what's going on. The other part has to do with, the moon playing tug of war. Let's take a look. The moon moves into Virgo, which pulls your emotions into friendship and society. But what it does is it opposes that sore spot in the inner child. So on Sunday, you're not only breaking down about my life sucks, but again, your inner child might become suddenly afraid that nothing's going to work out for it whatsoever. And that's where you have to be strong for yourself on this particular day. The moon is probably just the trigger. A friend would probably said something stupid or something like that. But that's just the setup for the inner work. Now, here are the clues of the week. For one, Saturn. The universe says when things go wrong, just be very strong about where you shouldn't go when it comes to ego, right? The stuff you've learned. And then the other yod is pointing towards those boundaries. Just go forward with the boundaries you do know and act on trusting yourself based on what you have learned to trust. And those two are the spots you should look at, says the yods. God's given a lot of fingers this week, which is kind of cool. All right, let's fly home and take a look. Well, that wraps up another week of Soul Horoscopes. One final cute little tip, and that has to do with Jupiter in Gemini. Jupiter in Gemini has moved to chapter 2, which means there's no more thinking to do. It is time to act on what you've been thinking about literally for 6, almost 7 months. So move and act on those thoughts. And Jupiter means that fortune will indeed come. Now, remember, I'm available on the air, and this week, all week long, I will be there Monday through Friday for guided hangouts at 11 a.m. Mercury is direct, and our staff is retrograde. They are recreating themselves now that Mercury is direct, and we're going to come back to you with a whole new front. We're super excited, but come on down. I've got a lot of cool topics. We're going to talk about the new Pope, the God particle, and I've got some excitement, something to introduce you, Dr. Mom. She's this cool lady that helped me heal as well. So come on down. Pacific time, 11 a.m., Monday through Friday this week, and they're all recorded. And if you're watched over by the Guardian Agency, I will send you emails with the video all week long. And if you'd like to try GA, try it. It's only 1 penny for the first week. All right, my fellow soul gardeners, I love you so much. Until next week, live, love, be.